Hi everyone, so for today's video, I'm going to show you how to achieve this look right here. Now this is a really editorial glass skin kind of look, and for the eyes, I feel like the eyes would look very interesting in pictures. You have a really nice contrast of orange with purple, and you also have some editorial lines. So if you want to see how to achieve this look, you can just keep on watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos 3 times a week, so subscribe so that you don't miss any of my content. And that's it, so let's get started with the makeup. Alright, so let's get started. So today I really want to do a very editorial liner glossy thing. And I also asked you on Instagram which kind of colors you would like to see next, and most of you said purple, so today we are going to work with some purples. Today for my eyeshadow, I kind of want to try something out. So yesterday I did a makeup look without using any eyeshadow primer, and I really enjoyed how it turned out. Just because I feel like whenever I prime my eyes, even if it's with a concealer or the Urban Decay Primer Potion, I feel like the eyeshadow always turns out to be a little bit chalky and very heavy looking. So today I really want to use the natural oils of my lids to actually melt and make eyeshadow look more less cakey, if I can say. I don't remember which makeup artist, but I think Charlotte Tilbury but I saw a makeup artist using the natural oils of the lids to make the eyeshadow or the kohl liners blend better into the skin. So I kind of want to try that out today. So I'm not going to prime. I'm going to do one eye off camera and I will be right back. Alright, so I finished up this eye and I really like what I did. It's editorial, it's different. So I'm mainly going to be using my Jaclyn Hil Volume 2 palette today. So I'm going to start by going into the shade Therapy Sesh, which is a kind of lighter purple shade, but it's still very bright. And I'm going to take that with a smaller blending brush. This is the Lavish Tapered Blending Brush. And I'm going to start and really pack this shade on. And as you can see, there's a lot of pigmentation. I'm really impressed by this shade. And I'm also not going to worry about fallouts or the shape of the eyeshadow for the moment. I really just want to get the pigmentation on, and I'm going to apply this shade from the inner to the outer corner. And as you can see, I took it very far on the outer corner, so I really want this look to be super elongated. And I'm going to start by just blending this shade out using a JH30 brush. This is a really big fluffy brush, so I'm just going to start and do the initial blending. And I'm also taking the shade called Certified and applying this on my brow bone just so that the blend will be even more perfect. Alright, and next I'm going to go into the shade called Not My Journey, and I'm going to take that with a smaller blending brush. This is the JH40 brush, and I'm going to start and pack this quite closely to my lash line on the outer V. And I'm going to start and blend this upward, but I'm not going to take it as far up as the Therapy Sesh shade. And I'm also going to put this in my inner corner, so we're kind of doing we are doing a halo eye. These purples are so pigmented. Every time I use them, I'm super impressed. Alright, so now I'm just going to clean up my under eye area, and I'm going to create a very harsh line. And I'm also going to remove the center of the eye. I'm just going to remove some of this purple shade in the center, just so that when I put the concealer on top, it's not going to turn pink. And next, I'm going to take my MAC Pro Longueur concealer, and I'm just going to put a little bit of concealer in the center of my eye. And I'm going to tap it out using my finger. And I'm going to take a little bit of the Certified shade, and I'm just going to pack this on top so that we have a perfect blend. Alright, so next I'm going to create this kind of orange line I have on my outer corners. So I'm going to take the same flat brush, and I'm going to pick up the same concealer, and I'm just going to carve out where I want the orange shade to be. So I'm going to start by just drawing a line following the wing we have. And next I'm going to take a small flat precise brush, and I'm going to take the shade called My Man, which is a very bright orange, and I'm going to pack this on top. And because we've applied the concealer underneath, this shade is really going to pop. And I'm also going to take the same shade and I'm going to put this in my inner corners, just to have a nice pop of orange. And next we are going to work on the white liner. So for that, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty liquid liner. This is in the shade Wet T-shirt. And I'm going to take that on the back of my hand. I'm not going to use this applicator that comes with the liner because it's a little bit too thick. So I'm going to use the Morphe detail brush. This is the M250-1, and I'm going to dip this brush into the white liner. And I'm going to start by just doing a line that's going to follow the curve of my inner tear ducts, and I'm going to do one dot at the end of that, and then I'm going to draw this squiggly line on this outer corner. I'm going to leave it like that because I know that if I touch it too much, it's going to get worse. So I'm going to leave everything like this. Next, I'm going to work on my complexion. And for my complexion, I want something extremely dewy, very fresh. So I'm going to start by priming my skin. I'm going to use my Glassy Balm from Touch in Sol. If you want your skin to look very dewy and fresh, you would really like this primer. If you have oily skin, I would not use this because it is going to make your skin look very shiny and actually oily. I have extremely dry skin, so that's what I want. So I'm going to start by cream contouring. So I'm going to use my ABH contour stick in the shade Fawn. And I don't think I'm going to apply any foundation today. I think I'm just going to do some concealing, just because I don't really want all my face to be covered today. I really want a very natural finish to my skin. And now I'm just blending the contour in using a Morphe M439 brush. And I'm actually going to take the product on the brush itself. And I'm going to start and pack this on the cheeks, in the hollows of the cheeks. And I'm also going to take another M439 brush. This is actually the brush I usually use for my foundation. And I'm going to pat over the edges of the contour just to make sure everything is seamless. Alright, so I think I'm pretty well contoured. And for my concealer, again, because I want this look to be extremely glossy, very editorial, I'm going to use my Tarte Creaseless Concealer. This is a joke, by the way. This is called the Creaseless Concealer, but this is the most creasy concealer I ever tried in my whole life. Like, the texture on this is extremely oily. You really do not need a lot, but I do enjoy using this to have a very glossy kind of skin. So yeah, I'm just going to take a tiny little bit, like just this amount, and I'm going to blend this in with my finger. And as you can see, you really do not need a lot because it is a very thick consistency. A little goes a very long way. Oof. Like right here, I applied way too much. I'm going to take the excess and put it on the center of my forehead, and I'm going to take the excess and drag it on my nose. And I'm also going to put some of that around my nose and on my redness. And I'm using my finger just because this is such a thick texture. I don't really want to use a brush with this, so I'm just blending this in using my finger. And I'm also going to take just a tiny little bit on the back of my hand and on my finger, and I'm just going to clean up this contour right here. And I'm going to tap over it with a foundation brush. This is the Morphe M439. Next, you guessed it, for my blush, I'm going to use my cream blush from Fenty, and this shade will be perfect for this look. This is the shade Fuego Flush. I'm going to take that again with my finger, and I'm going to be extremely generous with the blush today. So I'm going to put this all over my cheeks, and I'm also going to put this quite close to my nose. I'm going to apply it in kind of a V shape, and I'm also going to take this blush quite close to my eyes. Alright, so I'm looking very shiny and I do not mind it. Next, I'm going to apply some highlight, and for my highlight, I'm going to use my Hourglass Vanish stick. This is the shade Gold Flash, and this highlight is beautiful. It's really, really pretty. And I'm just going to take some of that with my highlight brush, and I'm going to tap this on the very high points of my face. I'm going to use it with my finger. I'm just going to tap this on the cheeks. So pretty. I'm also going to take some of that on the temples, Cupid's bow, and the bridge of the nose. And I'm just going to fill in my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the brows, and I'm going to apply some mascara. And I'm going to be using my Yves Rocher Longueur Vertige mascara. This is a really nice like lengthening and a voluminizing is, yeah, I think that's it. I'm really just using this to make my lashes darker, because I am going to apply some false lashes with this look. I'm going to use a new pair of lashes. I'm just kidding. I'm going to use my usual ABH lashes in the style fawn. Alright, so I have my lashes on. Next, I'm just going to apply some eyeshadow on my lower lashes. I'm going to use a JH42 brush, which is a smaller blender packing brush. And I'm going to use the shade Therapy Sesh. And I'm going to blend that all over my lower lash line, just to add a little bit of color. Alright, and we are also going to apply some lipstick. So I'm going to use my Colorpop lippie stick in the shade Brink, which is a kind of brown coral shade. I'm not going to apply this all over my lips. I'm just going to blend it in with my finger. And on top, I'm going to put some gloss. I'm going to use my lingerie gloss in clear. Alright, and actually this is it. Oh, do I want to put fake freckles? So I'm just going to apply some fake freckles. I'm going to use my Yves Rocher brow pencil in the shade Chatain. I'm just going to sharpen that up to have a very precise application. And I'm just going to dab this all over my face. Alright, so here we have it. This is a finished look. I really love it. I'm happy that I'm back to like my normal kind of makeup tutorials, because the last few videos were a little bit all over the place. But anyways, so thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this look and this tutorial, don't forget to leave a like. You can also subscribe to my channel. I put up new videos 3 times a week, so subscribe so that you don't miss any of my content. And that's it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.